Hi everyone, my name is King Ivy, and this is Introduction to Tableau Basics. This is the final lesson of 7 lessons. In the previous 6 lessons we covered connecting the data, basic chart types, dashboards, filtering, mapping, and we put the icing on the cake by formatting. And this lesson, I'm going to show you intermediate chart types, which will then hopefully lead into my introduction to Tableau Intermediate, or I might do some one-off quick wins, quick visualizations in Tableau. We'll see. Stay tuned. So let's get started. So this should look very familiar. And what we're going to do now is just add a data sheet. And what you'll see here is that there's a lot of different chart types that we haven't covered off. So let's look at a couple of them. So we're going to let's look at customer segment and click on drag sales, grab customer segment to row and drag sales to column, and let's go here. And then what you'll see here is you'll have what we call a tree diagram, or you can call it box diagram, however you want to call it. So tree maps, and essentially what you'll see here is the size of the box represents the size of the sale, and the intensity of the green also represents the size of the sale. But what we're going to do is we're mix it up. We're going to change the color to profit. And so you can see now the mix has slightly changed. Actually, let's change it to product subcategory instead of customer segment. And then what you'll see here, it's pretty evident now, is that even though tables is very large sales, the profitability is actually negative. So that's interesting. So let's start adding some labels. So let's add sales, let's add profit. So you'll see here, it's a really interesting view. And then we're going to add there. So that's one view. We're going to call this tree map product subcategory. So interesting way of looking at the data. It's something slightly different. Keep people interested in your visualization. And what we're going to tackle next is the packed bubbles. So let's try product container, and let's do product container and sales, and then click on packed bubbles. And then let's add in here the border and add in sales marks. So interesting view. It's easy to see that small boxes, which is a little bit ironic, is the largest bubble. So that's good. So we're going to call this bubble chart product container. What we're going to do next, and I'm going to show you the secret weapon. This is the visualization that everyone likes, but I'm not sure is particularly useful, but I'm going to show it to you anyways. So what we're going to do here is we're going to grab product name, and we're going to grab sales, and we're going to put a box tree diagram. So it looks very busy. And then we're going to change it to, actually, we might not want to use product name. I might have to go to a smaller data set, but that's not a problem. So we're going to change it from auto to text. Yeah, I'm going to have to change it, but we'll let it play out. So you can see it's very busy. So let's change it to customer segment instead. And what you'll see here, it's pretty easy to see. You can also change it to, I'm not sure, customer name would be better. No, let's stick with state actually. Here, now you can see the different states, and then let's change it to color, and then you'll see that this is, let's call it state word map state sales. So if I were to do this again, just doing it correctly the first time, click on state, click on sales, click on the bubble, the tree map, click on text, click on state here. So really interesting view to take a look at the data. Another one is creating what we call a histogram, which is a more classic statistical analysis. So what we're going to do here is we're going to right click, and then we're going to create bins, and we're going to create sales in hundreds, which is basically the size of the bin. And then you'll see up here, it's create the sales bin. And then let's add in sales here. And then let's add in profitability below. So what you can see here, which is actually really interesting. So let's add some borders, let's add some labels. So let's click on sales here. And the sales numbers, let's add in the profit numbers. And then as well, let's add the color based off of the profit. So what you can see here is really interesting that 0 to 100, there's $76,000 worth of sales, but negative $32,000 worth of profit. And then you can see like going across, profitability, like a lot of profitability is achieved right then because it looks like there's a very large order. So should they consider, you can see even these first couple areas, you can see that the profit's not really that great. In the first up to $1,000, the profitability is negative 187,000. So at a total profit of 1.5 million. So really interesting to see, and we're gonna call this histogram. Gram, I believe that's how you spell it. Oh well, close enough if it's not. And then we're gonna show you, let me show you one more. I'm gonna show you, let's do a pie chart because that should be pretty simple. Pie charts aren't overly useful. So you add in row, label, click on pie chart, and then as well you can increase the size of the pie chart. Let's increase the tire. Oh, that's too big. And then you can add in order priorities as labels. You can add in sales. And then you can add in labeling here. So we're going to call this pie chart sales. So that's it I'm going to show you for now. I may show you more different chart types that are available, like boxing whiskers, how to show both a bar and line graph, different options, and how to show like a heat map. But for now, I'm going to leave it at that. So that covers the basics of Tableau. By the end of this lesson set, should be able to cover off the basic chart types and some of the intermediate chart types, and as well be able to create dashboards and make them interactive, as well add in filtering to allow you to slice and dice the data, and then finally also allow you to format the data so it looks really nice. So hopefully you learned something in these lessons set. I look forward to speaking to you in the next series of lessons, whether that's intermediate Tableau or whether that's just quick wins with Tableau. Thank you, and have a good day.